Hello, welcome back to TWOTS. I'm here. Roger's here. Joe's here. Thanks for joining us again.
You're listening to The Word on the Streets with Joe Bingham, Jason Tasker, and Raj Pujada.
Just have to excuse Roger. He's had a little bit of a chesty one there. But yeah, good to have you back. What's
twatting about? What's the words on the streets?
What I ain't done much. I've watched Netflix. I've watched the. Have you seen that Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary?
I've seen bits of it. Yeah, I'm up to the bit where he's like running for governor, and all the stories are coming out.
Oh, is that where he's like, I touched some girls, but I didn't know what to do?
Yeah, his defense is basically it was a different time.
Yeah, it's
like,
one of them.
Yeah, he comes out with mad shit though. Like he's talking about bodybuilding, and he basically goes that like the feeling that he gets in the gym when he's got the pump is the same as sex. So he's like, whenever I'm in the gym, it's like I'm coming all the time. They're his exact words.
That explains why I don't come very often.
Yeah. It's a mess. It's a mess. Raji's stockpiling.
He's ready for an explosion, mate.
It's a heavy load incoming.
Mate, when he drops out, it'd be like a fucking dump truck. It's like when it empties it.
It's a good documentary though. It's one of them where it's like, it feels like every documentary about someone who's been successful in everything they do, they've just got that unrelenting personality that I imagine is either insufferable to be around or like inspirational.
This is the issue that I've got with like all podcasts where it's like, fucking high performance, perform to your best potential, or like it's always someone who like maybe went through some shit, like they were a fucking crack addict. They've all got addictive personalities. And I haven't got an addictive personality, so how can I be fucking successful at anything? Because
but I think trauma makes people good as well.
Mm-hmm. You think trauma helps?
Trauma drives you.
So maybe I need more trauma in my life. Is that what you're saying?
Probably, yeah.
I've not been through enough rush.
Now listen, this is
I know why.
2023 is your year.
It is my year, mate. I think I'm going to be all right now. Yeah.
His motivation was literally just born in this little town in Austria. And he was like, I had a great childhood with my brother, but I always felt like there was something more in it. I
think I've read his autobiography,
actually. Like he watched all these films and America just looked sick, and that was his one goal. It was just, I want to get to America. He didn't care how, just wanted to get there. But there's a mad part when like he gets into bodybuilding. And then these pictures come up, and this geezer's like a brick shit house already, bro. And then he's like, and then I turned 16 and entered competitions. And I'm like, 16, bro? He's the size of a house at 16.
Bro, there was a guy at my school like that.
Mad.
Massive.
Like, Arnie was his inspiration. And at 16, this guy was like...
wild.
Unit.
Arnie's like aged pretty well. Most people are like dead by his age that have had that kind of career. Like I've been watching loads of wrestling documentaries lately. Pardon?
He's definitely got a tiny cock.
I mean, probably,
100%.
but
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you reckon he's overcompensating? The man's fucking massive.
The roids.
The roids shrink your balls, not your dick, innit?
Well, really?
Yeah. So if anything, his dick looks massive.
Yeah.
I went like down a rabbit hole a couple of days ago because I've been watching like wrestling documentaries about like the wrestlers, about famous wrestlers, like Stone Cold and Randy Savage.
As opposed to wrestling documentaries about gardening.
Or just some bum that fucking wrestles at the pub.
Like backyard wrestling. Hardcore wrestling. Yeah, and it's amazing, like when you start going through like all of the people you remember, like, I was just Google like, Bam Bam Bigelow, dead. Test, dead.
Yeah, but then
like
man,
35.
Who's Test?
Can't remember Test and Albert. Test was like fucking massive.
Oh,
the blonde hair guy with the long hair.
No, who was the big black guy with the gold hair? Viscera?
Viscera. I think, he was definitely a wrestler. Yeah, Viscera.
And then, yeah. Oh, I don't
but they
remember
all
Test.
fucking die, mate, around between probably 30, 35, 40 until like this.
But theirs
50, 60.
Isn't theirs related to theirs is like steroid abuse
and CTE.
Yeah,
like
and CTE,
that Test had CTE and then he was fucked.
But theirs is steroid abuse. Because apparently, so Arnie talks about it in his documentary where he's like, he had a doctor that was with him at all times, and it was always, you can do steroids for 4 months leading up to competitions, then 8 months you got to go clean.
Do you reckon that's bollocks though?
No, he said like he had to do it. And he talks about how like he had to have like open heart surgery and all this shit, and it had all these complications and stuff. But he's like, if he hadn't have had this medical team around him, like he'd have died basically.
Yeah. But having said that, that medical stuff that he had is the same thing that killed his mum.
So it's hereditary.
She wasn't on steroids.
Exactly.
Imagine if she was.
So it was nothing to do with the steroids, the heart issue.
Maybe
right?
Arnie's mum was on steroids.
Nah, he's a sweet
She
old
didn't.
lady.
Nah, she didn't look built for it.
Was she not a henge?
Nah. But
Tiny
like,
balls though.
yeah. But I don't know. I remember.
Stalker and a second vagina.
Have you ever seen Pumping Iron?
Yeah. That's what, I've seen Pumping Iron. That was a sick
Pumping Iron's
documentary.
sick. But I'm sure like there was a thing after Pumping Iron where they got so concerned about steroid use in bodybuilding that there was a few years with like Mr. Olympia and Mr. Universe and stuff where they stopped them using steroids. But people were turning up and they were like, these guys are tiny. Like, I came here to look at fucking mutants, bro. Like, these
that's
guys,
what you're going for. You're going for the entertainment.
yeah, there was like a couple years where they went clean and people were just like, well, we're not coming anymore. So they were like, you know what, if I do all the steroids. And that's when they just turned into monsters.
At the end of the day, it's entertainment. And if people want to be entertained, they're the ones who are going to like be fucked in the long term.
Isn't it? Like the Gladiators.
If they want to entertain me, fucking do it. I'm entertained. I like it.
Yeah. You know, 100%. Imagine ancient Rome kicking about. You just go watch the Gladiator games on the weekend. Fucking, that'd be sick, man.
Yeah. I'd rather watch that would be vicious though, wouldn't it?
You know, they were free as well.
Were they free?
Pretty brutal though, isn't it?
Yeah. So I didn't.
Thing is, I think we'd end up partaking.
Nah. So what? Because basically, all the gladiators.
Do you reckon you could get a season ticket?
You didn't have to, because you could. Yeah, that it was
but
that
I want
big.
the same seat. I don't. Do you know, like when you go to watch football, you always want the same seat.
Same rock.
Yeah.
But they were that big. I didn't realize like till I went there that like obviously like all the gladiators were slaves basically, and the whole motivation for them was they had these people that were held up as examples of like these guys were great gladiators. Basically, they fought their way to freedom. Like
you held up a picture of Russell Crowe.
You'd get bought as a slave. If you won the guy that owned you enough money, then you've earned your freedom. And he'd be like, all right, you can fuck off then. You go do what you want. But like obviously,
that's pretty much like the way the capitalist world's set up now. Isn't it,
most of them died, obviously, but it was free because like the emperors would use it. Similar to like politicians now, where they'd be like, you should vote to keep me in power because look at all this shit I'm putting on for you. It's entertainment. You can go with your family. Your little baby son can watch someone get his head bitten off by a lion. Like it's just good. It's just good there. You know what I mean?
So like the Romans had like the gladiatorial, the Colosseum and the gladiators, and to enhance it politically. And when we had political turmoil, we had Eat Out to help out.
Pretty much, yeah. And I know what would have been more fun. It was like gladiators trying to get in the fucking supermarket to buy vegetables, you know, them ones that it was mad. But there's a story as well of this one gladiator. I don't know why I'm going on about this, but there's one gladiator that like down by Pompeii, and he just like led an uprising of all these gladiators, fucking killed all these people that were there and escaped. And the Romans sent an army down to go and get him. My man like outwitted them, killed all them. And then eventually they caught him, and he's like, "Well, you're gonna kill me?" And they're like, "Nah, you're sick. We're gonna make you a general in the army." Like you're
all of that in Portsmouth, yeah.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah.
Fuck blame, lad.
Well, anyway, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Every week, I try and inject a bit of culture into this podcast, and Raj goes, "I've never read a book."
Did you hear about these aliens in America?
I saw them. All that history.
This is alternative culture.
Yeah. So, you've been travelling, done a bit of history in that. You ever seen TikTok, bro?
Yeah. You're just talking about things that exist in this world. He's talking things that exist out of this world.
It? My man's like, expand your mind.
Yeah. He's in that fifth dimension, this guy.
It was in Vegas, isn't it?
I don't know where it was.
It was in Vegas.
It
was like Area 51.
So again, it's I have to fill in the holes.
Yeah, fill in the holes. Yeah,
is it Area 51?
Nah, it was in someone's back garden.
Yeah. So this light, this bright light comes rapid down to the earth. Yeah,
Standard.
hits the floor. Yeah, and then but the police officer sees it as well.
This was in the Arnie documentary as well, by the way. It's the opening scene of Terminator.
So the police officer sees it as well. And the radio call is mad. They're talking about like this 9-10 foot thing that they've seen with glowing eyes crouching behind a fence. I believe it.
And then Will Smith flies in on an F-15 fighter and
Do you think it's
Chris
made up?
Rock.
The video's mad. As in, like, it can't be real, bro. But, like, I don't know. Because didn't the police officer say, like, yeah, we saw something as well?
Yeah.
But then me and you have watched them programs where there comes a point where there's so many witnesses to one thing, then you're like, well, it must have been something.
Yeah.
But I
But
don't know.
like, there's obviously people on TikTok become detectives, don't they?
Yeah.
So they start slowing footage down, and so there's someone who's gone like through the fences and like can see fingers behind these like big long fingers coming through, and
It's just the
grain of the camera.
The
I think.
neighborhood sex pest, just rummaging through people's bins.
Also, it's not the first time.
No,
There's 3 sisters that saw aliens a couple of years ago, and they described the exact same. But they were scared of us.
but this is my issue. Like you said, the camera quality in this day and age, like Ring doorbells are HD. You know what I mean? Like, I just think if you can get a doorbell that's got HD footage of your whole street, panoramic, but you get footage of a fucking alien and it's always filmed on an old fucking Nokia. Like, that's the reason
it's
I'm always
always
like, I
grainy,
don't
isn't
believe it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's always the mum that gets the phone out, and she's always got a Samsung.
Yeah, fair. My mum does have a Samsung. Yeah, it is a mum phone, and they've always got they open it with a little book flap
flap,
case,
yeah.
and then
Hold
it's
it up
covering their
like that.
camera, and yeah,
you
you
should
are
see
right.
half of the head when you FaceTime them.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just too many people said the same thing.
No, it could be. You know what I mean? It could be.
Like, why doesn't that shit happen to me, man? I want to meet an alien.
There's a fucking hilarious document. Like, when I watched it, I genuinely thought it was like satire, but it's a genuine documentary that was made years ago, and it's about people who've had alien encounters in England. And I remember watching it, and I turned to my pal, and I was like, I feel like I'd have heard about it. You know what I mean? Like, when I hear aliens in America, it's like, oh, something happened in Arizona. I'm like, that's a big place and it's far away. But when they're like, oh, this UFO was spotted above the M42 in Birmingham, I'm like, I feel like I'd have heard about it.
Yeah.
And I never
Yeah.
did. And the woman on it is a crackhead. She's like, yeah, I don't know why it's a trigger, but they always seem to come whenever we've ordered in KFC.
She's like just tripping off a fucking bargain bucket.
They're mad, bro. They're mad. I'll send it, because it's fucking hilarious.
But like, I think the UK is probably less likely. I think obviously USA's big land base, isn't it?
Yeah, but aren't they always spotted near bodies of water? Isn't that a whole thing?
I don't know.
Like, they did like a graph of all the sightings in it, and it's usually by bodies of water.
All I want that to crash in my back garden, bro. I'll make him a nice cup of chai. What?
No, I just don't know why you went into the like the Indian version. I'll make him a nice cup of chai. It's
Yeah.
just tea, innit?
Yeah, but chai. It won't be tea. It'll be chai.
Chai is tea.
Chai
it
tea.
means
Yeah,
tea.
Yeah, but I want to give him chai. If I say tea, you think I'm putting your fucking shit tea bag in there.
Okay.
I'm making chai.
Okay.
Give him some chai, and then we're gonna talk.
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna work this shit out with him. I'm not gonna call anyone. I'm gonna sit him down in the living room and say, "Listen, mate, you dripping? All right. If you're dripping, sit on the floor because it's a brand new sofa."
I don't know if you've seen my Jordans, but I'm dripping as
I
well.
was going to say, boohoo man, yeah.
Did you see the kid that got eaten by a shark as well? Oh, and the Donny in Egypt as well.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it? There was the kid that jumped off the
Sharknado.
the fucking there's an uprising coming. There was a kid that jumped off the cruise liner, and then they reckon
Why?
he got eaten by a shark for a dare. Apparently, a fucking idiot. And then apparently got eaten by a shark. And then there's the Russian guy in Egypt that got eaten by a shark. He was on holiday with his fiance, got eaten by a shark.
I didn't know
Wounded.
Russians were still allowed outside of Russia at the minute.
I don't know. Well, this guy was
still,
there.
yeah.
Probably wishes he was back in Russia, to
Yeah,
be
no,
honest. The
probably
fucking
wishes he was on
geezer's
the
dead,
front
bro.
line.
But yeah, the video is mad.
Yeah, but like, that's cool. I mean, like, statistically, less people.
That's how you want to go, get eaten by
No,
a
but
shark.
less people. Like, we kill more sharks than sharks kill us.
Yeah, because they killed the shark after it had killed him, and I'm like,
So
It's not the shark's fault, is it?
don't
really?
swim it in shark-infested waters.
Sharks just doing what shark does.
Yeah.
You get me?
Mm.
I got a shark at home.
Oh yeah. What, the little Hoover, the little
Yeah,
handheld
sick.
one?
Yeah, I broke it the other day though, so
Fair enough.
trying to get parts for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you've got any parts for a shark hoover,
Ask us a question, Jess.
yeah, that was a good.
As soon as I heard I've got a shark at
Point to
home, I was like,
segue
yeah,
off.
let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up.
Right, pick a number.
19.
19. Lucky number 19.
Okay.
That was a good accent, wasn't it? You thought you
You have moments where it's not bad, and then you have others where it's the most derogatory thing I've ever heard.
What, should I try to do the whole episode?
That's my point exactly.
That's my point exactly.
What were you doing before we started recording? That South African accent that I wouldn't have known was South African until you said it.
I can't do South Africa. I shit you again. Is that South African? Is that South African?
You sound like the Donny you landed in your back garden.
I shit you again. Is that not South African?
Guys,
No,
I
it's
don't
a
know
travesty, is what that is.
Do South African then.
You want me to talk come from South Africa?
You do South African.
Shut up, you cheeky fucking prawn.
Yeah, that's
What
not
are you
bad.
talking
Actually.
about, huh?
Yeah, shit you again.
That's always the
That's
film we
good.
go to, isn't it? It's the sweetie man with the catfish.
It's tough accent, that.
Look at him, the little fucker.
I might watch that film again, man. That's a good film.
What film is it?
District
District
9.
9.
Oh, never seen it.
It's
Look
good.
at the cheeky
You'd
little
love
fucker.
Aliens, man. You'd love it.
Yeah, I might watch that one day. Hit us. What's 19?
19. If you could solve one world problem, what would it be and why? I think you've got a bit about that, haven't you?
No.
Oh, about world hunger.
Yeah.
I think that's just a question I asked, didn't I?
Would you say
He doesn't want to solve it though. His punchline's gone.
What about obesity outweighing starvation? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you solve world hunger?
I remember when I was in school and I saw they had it up on the wall outside the most useless subject, fucking PSHE. They had it on the board outside.
Hey, you say useless. I say taught me some stuff.
What did PSHE teach you?
It taught me, yeah, that if you spray an aerosol can up your nose, it will kill you. And there's a high chance I would have tried that.
Yeah, but I think I've spoken about this before. How when I was a kid, and my mum had all these hairspray cans on the shelf in the bathroom, and it said on the side, "Solvent abuse kills." I thought it meant like slagging off the can of hairspray.
They've got feelings too, you know?
I'm not even joking. I used to sit on the toilet.
You used to open the cupboard and go, good morning.
No,
He wouldn't even spray them.
I used to sit on the toilet looking at him, and then like under my breath, I'd say something nasty to him to see what would happen.
What happened?
Fucking.
Why did she have so much hairspray?
Don't know.
Sign of terrorism, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair, I'll let her know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You let her know.
Probably our Irish connection, I imagine. The okay, but yeah, that was it. But outside the PSHE classroom, I remember I saw the article about the woman who sued McDonald's for making her fat. It was like years ago, and it was all to do with like the haves and have-nots of the world. And I was just like, it's a bit mad, isn't it? Actual case, and she won as well.
Someone won millions for their hot drink being too hot as well. That's why cups say caution hot.
And the McDonald's apple pie as well.
Yeah.
Has to say.
And that girl who
hot
went
filling.
to Pret.
Yeah, and the girl who went to did she
She
die?
actually
though?
died, yeah.
Yeah, that's millies though. That's
Yeah,
millies.
her dad sued him, innit?
That's dark.
But to be fair though, that's more because they didn't put all the
didn't put all the
ingredients in
on
there,
everything.
Yeah.
and she had an allergy.
So that could be one world problem that you would solve. Make
Solved
sure
now.
there's...
He solved it.
Yeah.
He took them to court, my friend.
And he shot
That
him
weren't
with his
bad,
gun.
That was
weren't
quite
bad.
good, yeah.
Shot him with his gun. Getting better?
Nah. Is Oscar Pistorius still in jail?
I died. No, I didn't do it. I'm innocent. I'm innocent, my lady.
I think he's still in prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Murder charge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's out pretty soon, you know. It's not that long.
Yeah, he's up on remand, I think.
So
What are
can
you going
he,
to say? He's up for like a Grammy. Mate, he'll come
he's-
out and do some fucking documentary. And he'll be like, oh, it was some fucking bullshit comeback. And he'll end up being like a fucking hero again in some way.
He's got to do something to get back on his blades, though, isn't he? You know what I mean?
He will do, won't he? Like, so if you solve it,
It's
like
wasted, that. Wasted.
you could say it as...
I think if you said get back on his feet, it would
But he
have
ain't
been
got
funnier.
feet, that's the whole point.
Yeah, that's why it would have been funnier.
But he hasn't got feet.
Yeah, but that's why it would have been funny.
The man doesn't have feet, Raj.
I know, but that's, you know.
Okay, one world problem that I'd solve.
What about AI? Is that a fucking problem?
It's a
Not
massive
yet.
problem.
Not yet, though.
It will be.
No. That's what we do. It fucking will be.
Can you imagine if we'll just solve future world problems?
Yeah.
Prevention is
key.
prevention is cure.
This man didn't know how condoms worked the other week.
I did. I just
Prevention
didn't think,
is unnecessary.
I just didn't think that it would be so you could catch it through that little tiny pinprick. You know what I mean?
Fucking
I'd be more worried about my dick slipping through the hole, you know?
No, yeah.
Mate, AI will solve that equation. I bet AI would like literally be able to give you an equation like, if I sleep with this person, what are the chances I'll get an STI?
Nah, because I can do that equation in my head. I just ignore it. You know what I mean? I've been in them situations
You're
where
more
I
into
look.
bro science than AI.
I've walked into some yards in the past and I've been looking like that and I'm like, I'm definitely in danger here. But when in Rome, innit?
What are you looking at? The puss?
Nah, you can just look at the environment sometimes.
Oh, you're judging her STD based on her aesthetics of her
Yeah,
home?
if I'm like, this looks like a crack house.
Oh, why are you in crack houses, bro?
Because when you're a young man, irresponsible, just got your driving license, you know what I mean? You're out on road, pussy affy gets, you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
You're mature though, innit?
But nowadays you're just barebacking everyone because you're in nicer houses.
If they've got a cleaner that comes once a week, I'm reckless, bro. Serious. Yeah. I can't be saved though.
You're not more worried about a ute?
Nah.
You welcome the ute in?
Nah. I was talking to someone as well the other week.
So would you rather have the STD or the ute?
Depends what the STD is.
Gonorrhea.
You can get rid of that.
So you'd rather that than the ute?
Yeah.
Okay. But the ute's more likely than the STD, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't done the equation.
Mate, you need to ask this to ChatGPT.
But yeah, I met someone the other week. They were like an American that's traveling through Europe, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay in London like all through the summer and that. Just gonna have a good time, you know, whatever." And in my head, I was thinking like, "You've picked a bad time to have hot boy summer in London. Gonorrhea rates higher than ever. Syphilis making a comeback after Napoleon times. Like he's going home with a souvenir that he does not want, isn't it?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's a good time to
you're
have a
still out
girlfriend.
here rolling dices, bro.
Listen, what is what was the question?
If you could solve one
I'm
world
really
problem,
trying to take Joe in the hole.
if you could solve one world problem, what would it be? So we're talking about like kind of hunger, poverty, child labour.
Imagine if you could just get rid of every STD.
That is a world problem, isn't it?
Yeah. There, is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
So just utes.
So you're going to cure the sexual health of the planet.
Yep.
But do you think that helps control the population?
Nah.
I'm not saying like AIDS or anything like that, but in general, like other ST, like surely that must help control the population.
You ever been
How
in
does
like
it help
a
control the
like a
population?
sexual health clinic? It's always rammed.
Nah, what's that?
Now he's rolling
I've heard of
dice.
them, yeah.
They're always busy, always rammed. Like the fact that they're out there ain't stopping anyone. People
But
are
they
still
don't
doing
just
dumb
check.
shit.
There's other stuff that
That's
goes
like
on
alien
there.
to Raj. If Raj went into one of those, he'd
I mean,
taken some chai
there's
tea.
other things they check in a sexual health clinic.
Yeah, like it's not just to do with STDs.
A sexual health clinic.
Yeah, they're not just checking STDs. though.
You can also go there to get contraception and stuff
yeah,
like that.
like
Yeah.
they do other stuff there as well. Like you might have a rash or something. That's not an.
You go to a
Oh.
GP for that.
Bit of a
All right, expert. I'm
bit of a
sorry.
fungal infection.
Sex
Fungal. Fungal.
expert
Yeah, got a
over here.
fungal infection.
What am I getting rid of? I'm getting rid of
Gender equality. What?
You never believed in it in the first place.
what gender equality?
Mm.
Nah, I mean,
Terrorism.
nah.
It's keeping the population down.
Keeping all that good stuff. I'm gonna stop animal poaching.
Yeah. What trophy hunting?
Yeah.
What's driven you to that decision?
I feel like you're just trying to
Well, I just
score
think
some
like
points here.
no. I just said fuck gender equality.
What? So you want women to continue being paid less, but you want animals to stop being endangered?
Well, look, women can hustle harder.
Okay.
Yeah, that is like it's in their power.
They've been hustling.
Yeah. But like times have changed now. You get me? It's all a bit different now. It's like it's more equal now than it ever was.
It's too equal, if anything, isn't it, Raj?
I wouldn't say it's too equal. I'd say they're better at stuff than like, you know what I mean? Like football, they're actually winning shit. But the animals can't talk, man. They can't defend themselves.
Maybe that's one of the problems that you could solve by letting animals talk.
Oh, if you could figure that out, no one's shooting an elephant that's
let's
crying
not
for
get crazy
help.
about this, guys. We're just solving a world problem.
All right, animal
Now,
poaching.
animal can't talk all of a sudden.
Oh, fair enough.
But I think the animals can't defend themselves. They can't, they can fuck a human up, but they can't negotiate, Like, why should an elephant lose his tusk so you can put up on a wall or stick it around you?
Yeah, at least
a tiger loses his tooth because you want to put it around your neck. So I'm going to defend the animals.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. What about you, Jess?
I don't know whether there's not really anything that I feel like you need to have problems.
All this injustice in the world, and there's not one thing.
But that's the whole thing, isn't it? Like, if you remove one thing, it creates another thing.
What about
for every reaction, there is an equal and opposite reaction. If you remove climate crisis, you'll have something else.
What about human trafficking? The child sex slave?
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad actually. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see what the negative is to getting rid of that.
Yeah, the human trafficking, that's quite a good one actually.
Would have never had Andrew Tate.
Yeah, that one is probably one that we want to get rid of because that's not really got any upside.
Not for us, nah.
Do you know, like climate crisis? You think, oh, it's shit that everywhere is like going underwater, but it's hot.
I don't know.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, I don't know why I had this thought. I was talking to my mate about it on the phone the other week. I was like, when you think about how people get into crime, like it makes sense on some levels if it's like you grow up in an area where you haven't really got much and you just end up like selling drugs or robbing or whatever. What career moves have you got to make to get into human trafficking?
Money, I forget.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's a lucrative business. Yeah, but like
I feel like
you don't stumble into that. You know what I mean?
No,
you don't stumble into human trafficking.
It's the life you stumble into.
Yeah, but how do you? But this is what I mean. Like, what decisions do you make to go from like shotting a 10 bag of weed to shifting humans around in lorries? Like, how do you make that jump?
I imagine you just end up like a really weird after party one time with some people who work in the logistics trade. And they're all sat around like
just a man who works for every.
Yeah.
It's just economic growth, isn't it, of your business?
What, just to better
This is the next step.
It's the sad reality, man. It's just a way to get money, isn't it?
I think that's probably one thing that I would solve, actually, yeah.
What, child labour?
I'm glad I gave
child
you that
labour.
one,
Nah, because then think how much my iPhone's going to be.
Yeah, but would you not rather have an iPhone that just costs a little bit more?
It's going to cost a lot more. So,
but the thing is, though, kids are quite good at making things.
They do a smashing job.
Do you mean like kids are very kids learn quickly?
Got little hands.
Quickly, little hands. They do things very well. They don't really complain, and they're not.
They don't eat much.
Whereas, like, you try and teach an adult to do anything. Do you know, like when you're an adult and you try and learn a new skill, you feel so dumb, don't you?
To clarify, by the way, an 8-year-old is not putting together an iPhone. An 8-year-old made your T-shirt, but like they're not putting together an iPhone.
They are though.
Nah,
they're doing something. They're doing something.
Boxing them up and that maybe.
Well, that's a smashing job as well.
It is good packaging, to be fair. It is.
They've created that little pull seal now on all the Apple products. Big fan.
But you wouldn't need to teach them for very long. Do you know the training, I bet, for a child is a lot less than an adult? Like, do you know if you went to a child...
It's the conditions, isn't it? It's the conditions.
Learn this. And then their brain is not full of shit like an adult. So they can learn things a lot faster.
It's not full of hope either if you make them build iPhones.
What if that was the dream?
This is how Steve Jobs did it.
Yeah, imagine.
He just gave the pitch. He was like, you are the future.
That is mad though, isn't it? Someone at the top level of Apple signed off on having a factory in China.
No, they signed off on the factory in China, and after that, they was like, whatever happens there, we don't know.
Yeah, he's like blind eye.
Yeah.
Pick another number before we turn into Hustlers University.
That was quite a good question, I thought.
It's very deep, yeah. I enjoyed that.
57.
57.
If it's bullshit, just tell me to pick another number.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was in the 50s the other week and we didn't like
I
them.
know the 50s are a bit nasty.
This is it's a bit of a random question. You're writing a duet for you and Taylor Swift. What's it about and why does it top the charts?
Ooh. Taylor Swift. What sort of songs does she do?
Bad ones.
Oh.
No, she does like kind of
Just
like
catchy pop.
like things like teenagers would like.
Yeah, but that's my problem with Taylor Swift, yeah. She makes songs that if a 16-year-old was bumping Taylor Swift's new album, I'd be like, cool. But when it's like a 35-year-old...
Yeah, but she must be about that old now, no?
Yeah, but it just bothers me. It's like the people who like propose at Disneyland and that. Like, you're an adult.
Maybe you do a collaboration with her and tell her why to stop making music, like a hidden message.
I ain't telling her she is killing it. I'll give her that. Second part of that question, why will it top the charts? Because it's her song. Everything she does is gold.
What's it about, Joe?
It'll be about her and Matt Healy breaking up, innit? That's the
You're
latest
doing a
one.
song
She was with Matt Healy.
Yeah, from the 1975.
Is that the one who asked for girls' IDs?
Yeah. She was with him for a bit and they've split up. Yeah.
Really?
Already. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but so you're doing a song with her about Matt Healy.
Yeah.
What's it called?
So I'll play the role of like the problematic partner.
You're singing, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So it'll be like
a bit like a Frankie and fuck you right back.
No, because it's a duet.
I'm in a clap clinic right now.
Because it's a duet in it, so it'd be more like Dolly Parton and is it Kenny Rogers? Islands in the Stream, big tune. It'd be like back and forth kind of vibe.
Oh, like Nicole Kidman and Robbie Williams.
Yeah, exactly
that was
like that.
Nicole Kidman
exactly like that.
You mean Kylie Minogue?
Nicole Kidman.
Oh, but yeah, that was a banger as well.
Because the kids are out.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that one.
That's Kylie.
Yeah. That's the Kylie one, isn't it? What's the one with Nicole Kidman?
What's it called?
Then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. So it would be like that, yeah, but it'd be all about how I'd play.
What's the hook? What's the song called?
What would it be called? It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's got to be a play on words about heal and healing. Heal my
Healing
heart.
would be a good one.
Healing, yeah.
Healing.
Okay.
So what's the hook? This is your bit. Sing it for us.
All you did was kiss minors and chain smoke. Your mum's on Loose Women.
Your mum's on Loose.
You're not a good bloke.
So this song's not rhyming.
But you always look broke.
In bed, I told you not to choke.
But you spat in my mouth. And since then, we've not spoke. There you go. There's your chorus.
I think that would probably top the charts.
Bang, mate.
I'd do one like Kids, I think. But I'd call it like No Kids instead.
Okay.
What's Kids?
But the kids are alright.
I've got a reputation. I can kiss like a big explode.
Fucking hell, you love that tune.
I tell you why, because it's on the end of a Ted Lasso episode. That song, and I'd not heard it for ages, and then I was like, and then it just kicked in like with the intro, like.
These geezer, we mention any rapper, and he goes, I don't know who that is, but he knows everyone. That's a Kids by Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I think you'd. But what kind of song would you go for? Would you go for like?
I'd have to rap on it.
What's the one with Nelly?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Think of like famous duets.
Street cred, blood.
What? So you go like.
She'd do the bit, and I'd come in like, yeah.
So like, she would be like,
like
Taylor
Sid-
Swift would go like full Nicki Minaj or something like
No,
that.
I would go full Nicki Minaj.
What like bad I am.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you'd be like a Hindu that like Sidhu Moosewala geezer, but you're just like, nah, I'm gonna go full.
Yeah, no,
Nicki Minaj.
it's yeah. We're anti-men on the song.
What, so
innit?
your tune's gonna be like side to side, Ariana Grande, Nicki Minaj, bad bitches. That's the vibe you're going for.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Although I may go Luda type on the verse.
Okay, very versatile artist.
Yeah.
What would you
might-
just guessed on it?
Yeah, just feature.
Just a
one
feature.
time.
Just
drop
a feature.
a hot verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick 16.
I think that's
and
probably
out.
the quick 16 bars and out
And
of
that's
there.
not one of our fans, by the way.
Excuse me.
Oh my word! All right. That was a weird question.
That was yeah, but it's quite a good question.
You've been listening to Central C, haven't you?
Yeah, have a listen to Central C.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, what you been
Maybe I
listening-
go like Central C, like, yo, I'm one of them man again.
Huh?
I live in Putney with my fam again.
Oh my god!
You've been listening. What song have you been listening to?
And list that new one with Dave.
Sprinter.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Dave-
Some of the lyrics resonate with me deeply.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
100 eaters. They won't fit in this SUV.
9 gallon a Sprinter. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even know what that meant.
You're back to human trafficking.
9 gallon a Sprinter. Yeah, human traffic.
Okay.
So have you listened to any of the other songs? You
Yeah,
must have
yeah.
heard How
Doja?
Can I Be Homophobic?
My bitches. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Doja.
I know quite a few of his
Yeah, you
songs.
must have heard that before Sprinter though,
Yeah.
but you weren't a fan.
No, I like it. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
his tracks. Yeah.
You're a Sench fan now, are you?
Yeah, I liked him before that. Yeah.
Nice.
What's that one? What's that?
What? What the fuck is that? That sounded Desi, bro. What the fuck
With
is
the,
that?
Daisy.
with the intro where it's on
The one that's in Top Boy.
it's on Top Boy. Yeah.
Loading.
Yeah. Loading. Yeah. That's a good
How's
song.
that go?
I'm loading.
Oh.
Yeah, that is the hook. Yeah.
That is pretty much it. Yeah. That's good. That's a good track. So yeah, I'll go and watch him. Probably be surrounded by loads of white people at Glastonbury.
With bum bags.
Bum bags,
Yeah.
essential.
You wear a bum bag though, don't you?
Yeah,
I just ordered
yeah.
one today for Glastonbury. Yeah.
I could
mean-
have lent you one.
Catches on, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too late now. Sorry.
Oh well.
It's been an interesting end to the episode.
Yeah, I didn't know we were all Swifties, but fair enough. That's what they're called. Her fans.
Our fans are called Swifties.
Swifties. Yeah.
Swifties.
What would you-
I could
what would your
not
fans
name
be
you
called?
one trailer for a
Bingers.
song.
What would my fans be called? I don't know. What are Harry Styles fans called? They're not called
Stylists?
stylers or
No.
Cunts.
Oh, Jason.
I'm joking. I like Harry
That man's
Styles.
an artiste, mate.
He is. I like the guy.
There was a fucking pop-up store in Shoreditch ages ago when Harry's House came out. He's at his last album, and all it was a pop-up store with a backdrop of the album cover. He wasn't there. That was it. You just went in there to get a photo in front of the album store, and people were queued up.
Yeah, but they probably
Down
thought he was
Brick
going to be
Lane.
there.
What would your fans be called?
Poogies, isn't it?
Poogies. That's quite good, actually.
Yeah, Poogies. The Poosters. No.
You should not work in marketing. For
Poomites.
what?
Poomites.
That's got infection.
Poogies, I think.
Poogies, yeah.
What would yours be called?
I don't even know, to be honest.
Taskies.
Yeah, it wouldn't be very interesting, would it?
Tasksters.
Witness A and Witness B. That's what your fans are called. I don't know how I got here. He put me in the back of a Sprinter, said it was for a video. Oh man,
Oh, mate.
is that? I don't.
When did we, I mean, did we do two
we've got
questions there? Yeah.
we've got time though. I think we've only done
Do you want to do one more question?
45 minutes.
Go
This
on,
one.
hit Let's
do one
you
more
like can't
question.
wait to get. I am pretty hungry, but
Let's do
we're
one more
playing for it.
question. Pick a number.
Go on,
Oh, it's,
Joseph.
it's me, isn't it? 24.
Oh, no.
Is that one of the bad ones?
I reckon it's a bad one.
Is it?
Joe could probably answer it. Have you ever done a walk of shame?
Fuck off.
I mean,
Nah.
of course you have. Let's never
More-
would. Let's.
More is
I
proud.
remember you saying that number last week, and I dodged it.
Yeah. Nah, more is proud. Oh, I remember the once actually. Oh, this story,
I've done a walk of shame.
this story is fine. I remember.
Is that a prison cell, though?
This man's trying to get into America. I remember I just moved to London, and there was this Scottish girl that lived like in the area who was like friends of some people that lived next door, and she did like a Burns night thing.
Oh yeah.
And
Know what that is?
Yeah, it's like a Scottish thing, isn't it?
Yeah, haggis too.
yeah, I went all,
Haggis ting.
It's a
Is it like an iron brew ting?
fucking
Kind of.
Is that when you start saying ting when you listen to Central C for the first
Ting,
time?
yeah, ting. Yeah, rum and ting. That's what I have now when I drink.
But I remember I'd only been living in London for like 2 months at the time, and there was this girl that I'd been seeing a bit, and she lived like probably like 5-6 tube stops away from me. And I remember I went all out at this Burns night party. I turned up. They did like a thing for like best dressed. Won that. I had like the full kilt on, everything. And then after the party,
What, for a link, you wore a skirt.
no, this was at a party, bro.
Oh,
So
okay.
at the Burns night party, I'm in a full kilt.
Right.
No drawers, like proper kilt in it, you know what I mean? I leave this party. This girl I was seeing at the time's also been out as well. And she's like, come mine if you want. I look at my phone on City Mapper. It's like the last tube is like about to leave. So I've sprinted in this kilt onto the tube. Obviously I'm hammered, innit? I've been drinking whiskey all night. Get on the tube, get to her yard, I'm in this kilt, whatever. I just thought it was funny. She thought it was funny. Safe. Didn't account for the fact that I had no change of clothes, and then the next day I've got to like just in the cold light of day, just get a fucking tube home hungover in a kilt. That was probably the most shameful I've
Here's a
felt.
question. When you get on the tube, yeah, do you sit down on the chair, or do you do that thing that girls do where they push their skirt down and then make sure they sit on the...
I perched on the half standing ones
Okay.
by the window.
Fine.
But yeah, I did feel like on the night. Also, the other problem was as well on the night I got on in the kilt, and these other Scottish lads saw me in this kilt, and they were like buzzing, thinking I was Scottish. And for some reason, I thought, they're not going to like me if I open my mouth and I'm not Scottish. So I was trying to do a bad Scottish. I was like trying to do a Scottish accent on the
think you
tube
have to at
to
that
keep
point.
them happy. But it was such a bad Scottish
So
accent.
literally, rather than do a walk of shame, you just impersonated a Scottish
Pretty
person.
much, yeah. They'd just be like, so where you been? I'd be like, I just been to like a party like that. I don't even do it. It was awful.
So you just decided to culturally appropriate.
100%. I thought I may as well go all out, innit?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's good time.
I feel like walk of shame, like it's a lot worse when you do a walk of shame after you've been to like a heavy party, and then you have to walk home, because then you feel even worse. Because
like when you get into your house and your neighbours are up. 'cause
or,
it's the
no, or
morning.
like you're walking through the centre of town and you're like you've like not really been to sleep, and then you're walking back and you like look like shit and everything's just horrible.
So you
And then
gotta
you try and
drive
go
everywhere.
you try and go into a shop and like navigate your way around a shop and buy something, and it's just pain.
Got to drive.
I can remember doing that before. I went to a party, and my housemate at the time, he was out for the weekend. He was in Paris, and I've been to this after party, and I was like still like fucked when I got back. And I was like walking up the stairs, and I'd be like, it'd be really funny if I'd like forgot my key here. And I got to the door and like didn't have my key.
It wasn't as funny as you anticipated it.
No, it wasn't.
Like, it'd be really
It
funny if I
wasn't.
forgot
I
my
had to
key.
go all the way back and find my key.
I've also done it once after a Halloween party. I woke up, passed out at my mate's house, my car's still out the front. I'm getting phone calls. Everyone's like, I'm late for like arrival at football. I'm not fucking out. Get in my car. You know them ones where as soon as you turn the engine, you're like, I'm not fit to drive. Tried getting a taxi, couldn't get one. I was like, I'm just gonna have to drive. Yeah, it weren't that far. It's like 15 minutes. Like, I'm just gonna have to drive, take it slow in it. Get there. I'm fucking reverse parking into this space. When I get to the football ground, I'm looking in the mirror, and that's when I clock I've still got full face paint on from this party. So I thought, well, I'm already late, innit? So I thought what I may as well do is just put my full costume back on, and then walked into the changing room. And I walked in, and my manager he was about to bollock me for being late and obviously being hammered, and he saw me in that costume and just burst out laughing. He was like, you're a fucking idiot, bro.
What did you dress as?
I was dressed as like a Day of the Dead guy, in like a full skeleton suit with full skeleton makeup. I had a bright green wig and a top hat. And then, because it was just a cup game, and it's like an early cup game, so I weren't taking it that seriously. And then he was like, "Oh, you think you're funny? All right, you're still starting then." And I was fucked. I was throwing up after like 10 minutes, and I left the wig on. So like I left all the face paint on and the wig on, but I went up for like the first header, and I got all this fucking hair in my eyes and all sorts.
It's just not nice, is it, Sonny? I can remember I was so fucked that they made me sub, and then I had to run the line, and I was so fucked they had to stop me running the line because the ball was going out and I didn't know which way to give it. I was like, I was going like that, and then my own team were fucking bollocking me for not giving people offside because I was like, I couldn't see.
I also remember turning up that hammered the once that I this time I couldn't even attempt to drive. I was meant to drive as there, at my mate's house again, and it was like, I can't drive. He hadn't passed his test or anything yet, so he had to ring his brother in it. So Tyrone comes and picks us up in his fucking van. When I say we were late, it was a pre-season friendly, but they started the game. We had people on the bench. He started the game with 8 people, and was like, "User starting," and we were 5 minutes. We got there 5 minutes after kickoff. Got changed, went on the pitch, and all I remember is being so fucked at one point that I forgot I was playing. I thought I was just watching the game, and someone passed me the ball, and I just watched it roll past me and go everywhere. I got bollocked.
It's mad, isn't it? Like what the worlds that you go into while you're playing matches. I can remember when I used to play football when I was younger. I just have vivid memories of me like being in centre mid and thinking about like when I was going to get home and play like Pokemon Red on my Game Boy.
I used to panic. I used to
stood there like, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
So stressed playing football. Like I'm so stressed that I'm going to fuck something up that I would always fuck something up.
I'd be chilled and my mind would just be like wandering.
I'd be on the line at a corner and the ball would go under my foot because I'm overthinking shit.
When you're young, especially, you make one mistake and the rest of the game
it's confidence, isn't it? Confidence is like 90%.
Like that's why I feel sorry for like pros, man. Like that mistake is money. Mm-hmm. I mean,
also I used to play with this one kid who he was pissed every week, and I remember that once he turned up, and it was like a big game in the season, so he'd not been out the night before. Turned up completely sober. First half, the worst you've seen him play ever. So someone sent his brother to the offie down the road. He bought him like a little hip flask size, like Glen's vodka. Mama just nicked the whole thing at half time. Went out. Absolutely brilliant. Second half.
That was the last time Tony Adams played for us.
Yes. Yeah, that man's probably dead now. All right.
Sick.
We're all athletes.
Yeah, some sports stories there to finish off the episode.
Absolutely.
Off a walk of shame question.
Off a walk of shame. Do you know what I mean? We just don't want to get that crash.
Some would say it was a good little segue, a good little dodge, duck and dive.
I think you should just all get driving licenses, man. Fucking stop getting these walks.
We've all got
no one does walks of shame anymore. Everyone just gets an Uber.
Yeah, sort of thing of the past.
Walk of shames are outdated.
I don't know. I remember going on a stag do before, and there was a hen who came out of a different hotel room every night.
Oh,
yeah, that's a walk of shame.
That's a whore, not a hen.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Not really.
Yeah,
women can do what the fuck they want. Thanks for listening, everyone. Appreciate it. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Raj. Please like, subscribe, post the clips, listen to the clips, tell your mates about it, and then we'll be able to monetize this thing. Great stuff. We'll see you again soon. Thanks. Goodbye.
This has been The Word on the Streets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.